Hey everyone, it's Vince over at Ceramic Pro Killeen, and so today you're seeing it again. We have the 2023 Kia Telluride. So you guys know I bought the vehicle for my wife. Unfortunately, about a week after I bought it, someone ran straight down the side of it, and so we actually had to take it to the body shop, get that repaired, and we're reinstalling all the PPF panels. So I want you guys to take a look. Last time we were doing it in the back room. We were still doing construction on this room, so we get a much cleaner look today. So stay tuned for the video. We're going to be doing a full front on this. So guys, I'm gonna get my lineups good. So we are using a pre-cut pattern here. So if you can see my lineups, I've got my tip here, I've got my wrapped edges here, I've got this corner right here. I'm just using my thumb lightly just to hold my film in position, and we're just gonna make sure we do a light squeegee pass. We're not gonna apply too much pressure. Once we do that, then we're gonna lock it down at the top. And I wanna lock down this top ridge because I don't want any dirt coming in later. And so for me, just to make sure I get that done the right way, I'm gonna add a little bit of tack, a little bit of hot DI water right here. So I'll add a little bit of hot DI water, just enough right there to make sure that's good. Heat that adhesive up, and you can already see we have a lot of clarity. And so we are gonna work from top to bottom, and we're gonna squeegee with the body line. So bring that here, move that little bit of slip, and we are gonna work with the body line. So you see this body line here, it has 3 parts. So we have the top, the actual line, and then right underneath, making sure we don't have any water left behind. So staying with that body line, we're just gonna work right here, and we're gonna work all the way down right on top. And now we're gonna do a little bit of a stretch, just a little bit. So work right here. I'm gonna line the front of this fender up. And so I just did a little 10-second hold right there. That actually locked it in place. So one of the things we did, guys, so you guys know we recently went to the PPF school with Mike Norier down at AFS. And so one of the things we picked up on there was just making sure that our tack and our slip solutions were done properly so we would get a good hold. So if you guys saw, I did move this a little bit. My lineup was a little off. I wanted to make sure I wrapped this front edge. So if you actually can see right here, now we're gonna make sure we get this front edge wrapped. We're gonna get a little bit of a tack right here, and we'll make sure that lines up just perfect. Boom. And so now, like I said, we're gonna continue to squeegee with that body line. So, alrighty, so now guys, it's just basically working downwards from here. So you see we've got a little bit of air, a little bit of stuff going on. We'll just move those lightly, just slide those air bubbles right out of the way. And at this point, we just get it out the way. So it's straight down. Squeegee in. And so you see my lineup is right here at the bottom. This is where I want that to line up at, and we've got just enough to tuck. So we're gonna roll that down, and we're gonna make sure this lines up. And if we got to, so we'll put that right there. We use a little bit of tack right here just to make that line up where we want it to. And that is pretty much gonna work. So guys, right now, just working this way, squeegeeing with my body line, making sure that we don't leave any water behind, or as minimal as we possibly can. So you guys see I've got a nice little roll right here, and we're gonna be able to tuck just nice and evenly. And of course you see here, we've got some film to pull forward, and that will remove those fingers as well. Now, some of you young installers, y'all have these really cool knees. I ain't built for that, so this right here, it's a little out of my realm, but so we're gonna make sure that we line this up right here. And really, at this point, we're just making sure all our lineups are good. Alrighty, so you guys can see this fender is down. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go through here. I'm gonna use my tweezers to hold this open while I rinse the slip solution out. Because if you guys can tell, my fenders want to lay right down. And if you guys can see, literally those fenders are literally laying down with just hot water. They're laying straight down. Alrighty guys, so we are on the bumper now. We've got it on the car, we've got it in place. And so now it's really about my lineups, getting my lineup situated first. So I'm not gonna use too much tack. I just wanna make sure that I get these edge ups correct right away. And so setting my corner right here, getting that lined up. You guys can see right here that that's gonna line up right on that body line, and we're gonna have a little bit of film to wrap as well. So we're gonna just move this up, make sure that tacks down, squeegee right across that top, set that edge. Now you guys can tell already, just by how that lineup looks, that little bit of motion is all we need to line that up right there. So literally, we're just gonna take the squeegee, not do too much additional movement, and literally look at that lineup. Literally, we're not doing anything different. It's already naturally placed. It's a pretty good pattern as well. So now we're gonna make sure, this is probably our next hardest area to do. So we'll line this up and make sure this is gonna be good. Get this little part right here. So. So guys, you do know I use PPF gel. If you watched my first video, I did the PPF gel right in this section right here to ensure that we get a clean line. So if you look at that line that we've got going on, so we're gonna just squeegee this gel right here, move down and out, and we're gonna bring this over. Just bring that this way, so that way we know later that this wants to line up. And so, so as you guys see right here, we've got all that lined up. Got that piece down there, and then really it's right here, making sure this lines up as well, making sure this corner part right where this headlight meets, and as you guys can see, I have a very clean lineup, and I've got just enough film to do a little wrap as well. So I am going to keep my film nice and wet, and if you see right here, that lineup is very clean all the way through, and we'll even just slide it over just a little bit. And if you see right here, we're gonna bring that up just a little so that it hooks this corner. Right there. And there we go. We are hooked around that corner right at the top. And then we'll just roll that edge over the top so that we have good coverage. And we have a wrapped edge up there. Now, of course, you never want PPF gel to dry on the inside, so we're gonna make sure that we get all that PPF gel out, make sure we roll this edge all the way up. Now, mind you, I haven't even tacked any of this down. There hasn't been any tack used besides on the edge over here. And so we're gonna literally squeegee with the body line right here, just to make sure we get all that out. And I'm gonna take my tack now, and I'm just gonna rinse this. that out and use my tack to get that to sit nice and evenly. Cool. So now guys, we've got all of that set, and now we're just working from top to bottom. And as you see over here, this is already lined up as well, just by our natural flow. So now we're gonna come up on this edge, and as y'all see right here, we're gonna make sure we get right here. That way that corner folds nicely. We wanna make sure we get a nice corner fold. I'm gonna move out of the way, And now, when we bring that stretch, if you look over here, this is where we're catching our stretch from. So we need to bring this piece all the way over. And so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna slide it until it lines up right here. And what you'll see is that removes my fingers. And so, we're not doing anything crazy. We're just moving with that, squeegeeing with the body line, keeping our film nice and tight. And look, we got very minimal fingers here, very easy to work with. Any of this is easy to work with right here. And we have a good lineup. And if you see right here, we're lined up on the money. So we start right here and we're literally already lined up. So if you see my lineup right there, I'm gonna slide that up and it's gonna go right in place. So now we're just gonna repeat that on the other side, and then that's it, guys. Nothing crazy.